Welcome to Martin Survival. Today I'm going to show you how to carve a bowl using a Yucca Whippley stock. So stick around, we got a great show coming up. Alright, so welcome back. Now as you can see, we have our Yucca Whippley bowl. And this is actually the center stalk of the Yucca Whippley, and it's towards the bottom where the roots start to disperse out. And those roots we can actually use for weaving. We can use that stalk for making a quiver. When the stalk is alive and well, it produces fruit for food and medicine. But since this stalk has been well seasoned, it's been seasoned for the last couple years, I'm going to go ahead and utilize the bottom of the stalk, of course, for carving a bowl. So all I want to do is take my knife and start cutting out all this punky material. So all of this again is punk wood. So essentially we can put that to use as well. We can create fire for a little bit later on. And I'm just going to start removing it and just dump that out and set it to the side. And you can see in this stalk the bugs have already gotten to it, so that kind of helps aid me in carving out this shoot. So I'm just chipping away at it, and again I'll just set that to the side. We don't want to waste that. And you can see what we're doing, we're just hollowing that out. And this outer bark right here is real strong and it's real tough. So we shouldn't have a problem there. Now the bottom I'm going to leave because again, this is all punky material. So I'll carve down to about a half an inch to an inch below the bottom. Now the Chumash over in Southern California would use the California bay tree for their wooden bowls. Not to say that this wasn't used, but it has been recorded and it has been documented. That's what they would use, and that's a really strong wood. It's a fairly hard wood, but this is what we have available today. And from experience, this does work, and it can hold water as well as seeds, and that's what I'm going to use this for, is for carrying seeds. So again, all I'm doing is just slowly chipping away and slowly removing this punky material on the inside of this bowl and just dumping it into my pile that I already created. And it's as easy as that. This bowl does not take a lot of time, and it doesn't take a lot of effort to make, and it's also very effective out in the field, especially for gathering some of the local fruits, seeds, nuts, and roots out here. The one thing I don't want to do is continue on with depth. I have about an inch of material on the bottom, and that's exactly where I want this. If I go any deeper, I have the chance of poking holes in this bottom material, and that pretty much renders this bowl useless, especially for gathering some of the smaller seeds and fruits like the juniper berries and the pinyon nuts. Those can fall right through the bottom, and that hole will get larger as time goes on. So we want to go ahead and stop where we're at right now. But another thing you want to do when making a bowl such as this is decide on what you want to use this for. If I was to use this for gathering water, I would consider making this sidewall a lot thinner compared to how I have it right now, because I can ultimately gather more water at hand, and I have less material on that sidewall. So that's what I would do if I use this for a water vessel or a water container. But for gathering some of the local fruits out here like juniper berries, palo verde, scrub oak, pinyon nuts, even some of the yucca fruits out in this area, this should be good right now. But again, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning out this sidewall and get this looking real nice, and we'll be done here shortly, folks. Alright, so this bull is looking real nice, and I'm going to go ahead and end it off right there. You can see on the inside I got that sidewall pretty well smooth, same thing with the bottom. And this is where we want it, exactly how it is. And after this video I'm actually going to put it out to use. I found some mesquite and some leftover acorns from the summertime as well as the fall. So I'm going to go ahead and gather a few and bring it back to the house. So one thing we can do, and one thing that I want to leave you off with, is keep in consideration long-term storage on this bull. If you go out and you make the same thing or make something similar, keep in consideration you can take pitch and you can smear a light coat on the inside as well as the bottom, and that'll create a nice solid foundation, and it'll help, again, preserve the bull in the long run. So with that, folks, I do appreciate you joining me for this video. I'm Jeff with martinsurvival.com. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.